Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever and whenever you are joining us. Welcome to our latest edition of What Caught My Eye, or WCME Sports. As always, I am your host, the coach Nick Vesci, joined by the
Hi,
boys
Nick.
Stephen Vesci
What up?
and the man Stephen Comlow.
Hello, there's a hockey game on.
Yes, there is. Also, if you were looking for the time and date, it is 8:38 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, June 9th. That's
Nice.
69,
Nice.
2026. If you were looking for us last week, we were on a brief hiatus. Wrong numbers, come on. Brief
It's a
hiatus
6-7
as
weekend.
Stevie and his wife had welcomed their second daughter the week prior to that, and Kamala was indisposed. And
Yeah.
yeah, so we took a nice little June break for you there. But we are back in full force here again on Tuesday, June 9th, 2026. Before we get into our top catch for the show, just a reminder to follow us on all of our social media. That's on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and threads at WCME_sports. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at noon on Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio.
Woo!
And all that information can be found on our website, WCMEsports.com. Now, WCME stands for What Caught My Eye. If you're wondering what are those letters, what caught my eye, WCME, right? Now, without further ado, we get into our top catch for the show. And this week, we went with the U.S. Women's Open, the second golf major on the women's calendar, right? If you missed it, Nelly Korda shot a final round 69, which is 2 under par, to claim a one-shot victory over Charlie Hull and Gabby Lopez, finishing at 8 under 276 to win her first U.S. Women's Open. Her triumph at Riviera Country Club, which was hosting this championship for the first time, was her fourth career major and second this year. She had already won the first major of the year, the Chevron Championship, in late April, after she made birdie on the 17th hole in round 4 to take a one-shot lead heading into the final hole. Her 2.5-foot par putt to win came so dangerously close to rimming out, which would have forced a three-way playoff with her, Hull, and Lopez. It completely circled the drain, like toilet bowl, whatever you want to say it, right? But finally went down and in to give her the victory. Korda was the only golfer who finished in the top 7 who did not make a bogey on the back 9 on Sunday. So, if you're keeping track of her accomplishments for her career, so in addition to her gold medal at the 2020 Olympics, she has now won 2 Chevron championships, 1 women's PGA championship, and 1 women's U.S. Open. She now needs to win the Women's British Open, or the AIG Women's Open, and
Mm-hmm.
the Evian Championship to have claimed every essentially major title you could in the women's game. The Evian will be contested July 9th through the 12th at the Evian Resort Club in France, and the Women's Open will be contested July 29th through August 2nd at Royal Lytham and St. Anne's. So just kind of preview, look for that, see if she can get that done, which would be, I mean, freaking incredible if she was able to complete the career Grand Slam, like the career Golden Slam. Let's say that, because
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the best way to put it, because she has that gold medal. So
Yeah, I think that adds a little something extra to it.
definitely something to look for there. But Nelly Korda, especially after her slow start to the championship, I think 73 is what she shot in the first round, and then just turned it on.
And Charlie Hull also had a
Yes, she
really
did.
poor. She almost missed the cut.
Yes, she made
I
it
think
on
she
like the
shot a.
number, I think.
I think she shot a 73 and a 72 Thursday, Friday, and then went on to shoot a tournament low 65 on Saturday, and then a 67 on Sunday to finish T2. So yeah, I mean, the rough starts all around for her and Nelly. Pretty much like 2 of the biggest names on the LPGA.
Yes, but obviously it was good to see some of these big names there. Nelly Hull and Gabby Lopez. Inji Chun was there. She had a chance, kind of, fell. She didn't fall apart, but her chances went to the wayside at the end there on hole, especially hole 18.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of big time players up there. Nelly seized the moment, though, like the boy loves to say, you define the moment, or the moment defines you. She does very Scotty Scheffler-esque, essentially, is what we watched there. Is you know, the fact that she could go out there and not have her A game, but still have the guile and the skill and the composure to put together a major championship winning 4 days. There's not a lot of people that can do that or have ever been able to do that, men or women. And, we're really seeing that with Scotty now, and we're seeing it with Nelly right now too. And especially this comes off the heels of, I mean, 2025, which was deemed a disappointment on all the metrics, right? Because when you're the caliber player Nelly is, you look at,
Yeah.
championships won, right?
She finished runner up to this last year.
Yes. But like you said, Colin, her scoring average to par last year was better than the year before. But,
Hmm.
at the same time, yeah, I know you don't play the players, you play the course. But, again, when you're the caliber player that Nelly is, you are saying, I need to beat everyone. I need to find the way to, if this person's shooting a 68, I got to make sure I shoot a 67 type of thing. And it's essentially what we saw. Like Nelly Corda, the future Hall of Famer, gonna go down as one of the greatest golfers ever, finding a way to win.
I mean, yeah, there's a very good chance she goes down as possibly the greatest American golfer ever, female American golfer ever.
Yeah,
She's incredible.
yeah. I mean, it was. I gotta say, my heart, like I yelled after
Hmm.
she touched the ball on that last hole because it was not
Her
lined up.
her
At,
face said it. Her face said it too. Her jaw dropped like she had missed it, and I think for a good like second and a half, everyone thought she did.
Mhm.
Everyone thought it looked like that was gonna lip out and come right back to her.
Yeah. I mean, I yelled and made a noise, and I was sitting there with my son, and he was like,
Like,
What, Dad?"
Kramer and Dinky Donuts talking to
Yeah,
Joe DiMaggio.
He
he's a
was like, "What,
dunker.
Dad?" And I was like, "Oh, she almost missed it." And he was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because she almost missed it,
This
Mhm.
but
golf
she
is
won."
hard, son.
But she won, and he was like, "Why?" And I was like, "Because when she made it, made sure she finished with a better score than everyone else."
You
But
know, Homer, the typical way to cheat in golf is to lower your score.
And
so,
that I mean, we got a glimpse of Riviera not too long ago. Riviera is it's a diabolical course.
I mean, it's a championship level
Yes.
caliber course.
What
Yes, that is
is
a
what's the yardage they play from?
the women?
Yeah. For like just for that major, like what was it? Like I'm assuming the men's are like it's 7,500 plus type yardage, right? It's typically where they're sitting
Let's see.
at 68.
You think they're playing 6,800 yards?
66 maybe. Yeah, that'd be kind of my
Mhm.
guess.
I
They
mean,
still hit the ball far.
well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
Nelly's, I
no, they
think, drive
Nelly's
on
average drive is
18
like
was like
280.
290. Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
almost 290 uphill on that final hole. I think it said 288.
I think Charlie Hole had like a 312-yard drive or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's further up, but it's not like it's. I would be shocked if it's the women's season we see when we go play. Like I
Well, no,
do
no,
not
obviously
think it's
not. I would
that.
I it's further I would have to think
I
it's further
assumed
than
it's about like what us schmucks play, like the whites or
I
the
think it's further
blues,
than that. I think it's like
further
68.
back.
Yeah.
But any further back's the tips, which would be what the
No, you no, we play like members tees slash
speak for
par
what
sev
is your average
uh
what is the average thing that you
par 70 par 7 they play a par 71 course. The course setup for total yardage was 6,699 yards.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well done, Stevie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Um Average
Nick,
driving
when have you
distance
ever
was
played over
256 to
6,600 yards?
265. Nelly's average for the whole tournament was 263 and a half off the tee across all drives during the tournament, ranking 11th in the field.
I mean, that tells me that, like, think about how the length of the club you're hitting into the green. If your average drive is
Mhm.
265 and it's
The
a
men's
6,700-yard course, you're probably hitting something like a 6 iron
mm,
into the green
men
or something.
typically play 7,383.
Bang. I feel like I got closest to the pin there.
You did very good.
I think
I'm
you were
quite
the only
impressed.
one who was worried about that.
Give him his flowers.
I
No.
think that's something the average schmuck would want to know. Because what are we playing? Like, I'm usually sitting.
It's usually the first or second question out of my mouth rolling up to a country club.
Yeah,
What teams we playing? What's the
usually
yardage?
somewhere in the 6,200 to 6,400 range.
I mean, I feel like, again, I have not played much since my hellspawn have been
Jesus Christ, Nick.
born, but the
I hope
second
we see all of these episodes one day. We're like, Daddy really likes us.
I
The
hope they
internet
do
doesn't
too.
forget.
I
The
know
internet
this is
doesn't
permanent.
forget.
No, they'll be like, I got a mention on a show that got tens of views. You know,
Yeah. Wait till Rich Eisen does a show on this. This was what caught my eye.
Yes.
Did you guys watch that, by the way?
Nah, I've
This
seen
was
clips.
Sports Center.
No.
I've seen clips. But
Saw
I
the Dan
watched
Patrick clip.
it. Incredible watch.
What's it on?
You can actually watch it on YouTube Premium or on YouTube. It's on Rich Eisen's channel, but it's also on Disney Plus.
yeah.
Well, I can watch that.
Very, very good
on paternity
first
leave.
episode with Rich and DP.
But as we digest and come back, I was gonna say when I roll up into a course, I normally just assume I'm gonna play the second to last tees.
Wrong. It's wrong to assume that.
That's what I would do. That's what I know. And
Yeah, but you also
unless
don't keep a true score. You drop,
I put
hit,
asterisks. I
drop,
put
hit,
asterisks.
spray, drop, hit, move, keep it moving.
Yeah, I put because I play it's a gentleman's game, and I play a gentleman's round
You
to make
sir are
sure
no
it keeps
gentleman
going.
when you play golf. You are no
The
gentleman.
last time I played a legit round of golf, and I mean like legit, where like everyone's playing their own ball, you were just off to the races, like you had somewhere to be. That was when you, me, Stevie, and David played at Brickshire when we played the brick.
It's gentlemanly to do that. Rate of play.
There was no one behind us.
But that's how you get someone behind you if you don't keep up
Is
the
if
pace.
you follow the regular rules
you
of
just play at a breakneck speed.
yes, you play at a break. You don't care who's away. You're going straight to your ball. You're hitting it. You're moving, and you're hitting again.
It's like when Koepka complained about all these guys when they sit there and the
no,
other guys
we're not-
flying the
it is
shot
not
up,
acting-
and then
it is not anything like a professional golfer complaining.
They don't start talking about the shot until the guy.
Did you just liken yourself to Brooks Koepka?
You play fast. You talk about the shot before you get up there. You line it up and you go.
You're acting like the people you played with didn't do any of that. You're acting like we sat there and had yardage books and range finders and what club should I go with? And we're talking to a caddy. We played fast. You just play at a speed that's just insane.
No.
Yes.
No,
Stevie and I walked off the course. We went one direction on 64. You went the other direction. We went, what the fuck happened? Like we just played Brickshire, a very long course in 2.5 hours.
That's great time. That is
I didn't get to catch up with Nick or David at all.
You don't have time to dawdle. No, you rate a play. If you the second you sit there and start making business deals on the fifth tee is the second it gets backed up, and then you're sitting there.
1,200 balls last night. My hands are a little sore. I got some blisties. Got some blisties on my hands, Stevie.
And that's how you wind up sitting there for a 6+ hour round like David and I had to do one time because it all got backed up so bad on some course. Because
I don't have an issue with that.
Well, every fucking course here is that issue. So you teach yourself you got to play fast if you want a chance.
You don't have that issue.
There's also a good chance that when you guys make the move there, Nick, you can go play with AJ because he's out golfing every other day.
Yeah.
I get the alert
because
I get an alert from the score.
Kids.
I get an alert from the scorekeeping app that him and I both use at like 1:45 on a Wednesday. AJ Pittis is playing a round of golf. Tap here to see where he's playing. And I'm like, what the fuck? No fucking way.
Did you just out him to his employer? Now they know. Now
Yeah.
CarMax knows that he's
Yeah.
out there playing.
Yeah, not an ad. Wish it was.
No.
Shout out CarMax.
In CarMax Park, I hear it's beautiful.
I was just at the new park.
Yeah,
on,
was it good?
Sunday. I didn't
Pictures
get
looked
to see.
awesome.
Yeah, so my company had the
For the
Power
Flying
Alley
Squirrels,
Terrace.
by the way, the Richmond Flying Squirrels double
Yeah,
A
the Richmond
affiliate of
Flying
San
Squirrels
Francisco Giants.
play at CarMax Park.
Yes.
My
Brand name.
company, we rented out the Power Alley Terrace, which
Okay.
if you walk
Ooh, I
through the
like that
center
name.
field gate, which is pretty much where you're going to walk through because of how the parking lot structure is, because the diamond is still there.
Sure.
So you walk through the center field gate, and the Power Alley Terrace is literally like 50 feet in front of you, not even.
Damn.
So I got there, had somebody get me a beer while I was like holding my daughter, and just like looked around. I didn't get to walk around anywhere, but you can see the whole park from there, and it's awesome. It looks fantastic.
That's pretty sweet.
So yeah,
What
I'm
are the
looking
beer
forward to going to
prices
more
like?
games. By the way, I got there an hour early on a Sunday, slammed,
I believe
absolutely
that.
packed. So
Really?
The
yeah,
Squirrels
I
have
was kind of
always been
shocked.
they've always been one of the best
Were they doing
draws in minor league baseball.
Oh,
Were
it
they-
was. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Were they doing any like fun promos for the new stadium?
Oh, is that what he's gonna get? Gonna get a promo giveaway?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I
that's
got
the
one.
only reason you can walk away in the middle of a story.
So I didn't realize it was promo night, but
It's always
we've
promo
gotten this
night.
promo before.
Grateful Dead hat.
Bucket hat.
Yep.
Oh no way!
Tie-dye bucket hat.
And this one's a
Hell
better.
yeah.
It's a softer material. It's a better.
Throw that on.
material.
Throw it on real quick.
Mm-hmm. Just pop it on. Yeah, pop it on.
Yeah.
There we
Oh,
go.
Pop it on.
looking pretty good. Okay. You can get the headphones in there.
All right, Cheech.
Whoa, is that Bob Burnquist from Tony Hawk Pro Skater?
Bob Burnquist.
Whoa, Bob Burnquist.
Bob.
No,
Do a
there's a
dog
name.
piss. Do a Christ air.
No, that was that wasn't Bob.
Bucky,
Christ
was
sake.
it Bucky Lassick?
No. It was like a Danish guy, oh gosh, it's like, why can't I remember this? I used to play with that guy a lot. It was left, right.
Rune Glifberg.
Rune Glifberg. Is he
Rune.
Danish?
You want to know the ethnicity of Rune Glifberg? Yes, he is Danish. What the
I
fuck,
was
man?
right.
Why-
Because that's who I used to play with was Rune Glifberg, because I wanted the
Rune
Christ there, because
Glifberg.
it was such an easy special to have the controls, because it was like left, right, and then whatever
Yes.
the grab
Left,
was.
right, up, down, left, right.
Yeah, just left, right, click.
Mhm.
And as opposed to like some of the other ones I thought were more difficult, I was like, that's
Yeah.
so easy. Give me Rune Glifberg. I'll do the Christ stare. And you can spin easy with it, rack up the points.
Yeah.
I got two of them.
Christ. The Christ there. Nice. You got both?
Yeah, because I was walking in, like they handed me one, and they're like, and I'm holding Stella, and they're like, oh, she gets one too. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, I'll take two.
Nice.
And that's why you have kids.
Hell yeah. Even
be
if she
fair.
shouldn't get one, was she a ticketed attendant?
No, under 3 is free.
Yeah. That's bullshit. She shouldn't get one.
I kind of agree with that, but
Yeah.
here we are. I have 2.
Now you have to think about the kids, because I believe
Yeah, it
that
seems
the
like that had to be a
children
lot to
are our
Stella right now.
future.
Oh, Seymour, we know children have no future.
Hmm.
Or is no, it's Skinner saying that.
Yes.
It's Kerbopple. We both
Think
know
about
these
the
children have
children.
no future.
These children have no future.
Prove me
me
wrong,
wrong,
kids. Prove me wrong.
We're talking songs.
God, Seymour, I am sick of these students, class after class, with terrible test scores and these ugly students.
Mm.
Class after class of ugly children.
Is that Superintendent Chalmers?
Yeah, Super Nintendo Chalmers.
Yes. And anything else Nelly Corda wise before we
We're talking about Nelly Corda.
Move on.
Yeah. No, we're good.
Hey, you see the
Nelly.
rails? We just took them and threw them out.
Yeah.
There they go.
Can't script this show.
Fuck a rundown.
I can. You didn't even have the lead in or the hook. We're
Didn't need it.
just gonna. Okay, fine. Strike one. Go, boy.
All right, I'll go. All right, my
Just gonna
strike.
hit the fucking button again.
All right, my strike is for the West Virginia Mountaineers. I was waiting for you to hit the button again.
I thought
but
he was. I heard the clicking.
I thought he was going to as well.
You
as I
want
was
it?
anticipating. All right.
There you go.
Speaking of
So
strike,
nice had to hit it
because
twice.
Yeah.
the West Virginia Mountaineers are going to Omaha for the first time ever.
Omaha.
And for the first time ever, they got to host a super regional in baseball, which is a pretty big deal. Luckily, it kind of worked out where UCLA, the 1 seed, where West Virginia was going to face them, they ended up losing, being upset by Cal Poly in their bracket. So
I thought St. Mary's knocked them out. Like I didn't even
correct,
think
correct. But
Cal
Cal Poly
Poly
won
had
the region.
won the region. Yeah.
Yes, it was Virginia Tech, St. Mary's, and Cal Poly and UCLA.
Gosh, and
That
UCLA
was their region.
couldn't get out of that region.
That's
pretty sad.
crazy.
Yeah. So because of that, West Virginia got to host for the first time ever. And I think they were criminally underseeded anyway, but it ended up working out in their favor.
Well, they're not in the
And
SEC, boy, so they'd never give them a
Correct.
higher seed.
Correct. So luckily it worked out that way. But if you saw the scene in Morgantown, it was unbelievable. You even had McAfee go there sitting next to Rich Rod, the football coach. And another person that doesn't get mentioned, Ross Hodge was the heads basketball coach for West Virginia. He was sitting behind home plate for both games, which should be mentioned because he's awesome.
Well, you also have to mention the Raccoon Man.
Yes, the Raccoon Man coming down to put a hex on the pitcher to get a stolen base. I was watching that live and I go, what the hell is this guy doing?
Dude, you know who has the best gig there is the ushers. The ushers that are sitting behind home plate in just the bright orange shirt, just leaning on the railing, not looking at anyone coming down the aisle. Oh my god, what a fucking job.
Hilarious. But so I think there was an attendance inside the stadium was 4,500, which is a record. But there was probably another 4,000 outside the stadium.
because they
or
were
maybe
at
even more.
capacity.
Yeah. Well,
Yes, they
apparently
were
all
at
those people
capacity.
showed up like a whole day ahead of time too. Like there were people that were
Yes.
legitimately like living out there.
Yes,
Made a whole shanty.
correct. It was
I
called
think
Randy's
that's just
Randy's
Morgantown.
Ridge. Yeah, it was called Randy's Ridge. And if you don't know why it's called Randy's Ridge, Randy Mazey, who was the former head coach of West Virginia, basically that stadium is like the house that Randy built, pretty much. So if you want a little backstory on West Virginia baseball here, what they're doing right now is almost similar to what Indiana football has done. Right?
Okay.
Getting to the college football playoff after being one of the losingest program or being the losingest program in football history, West Virginia has been god awful at baseball. And in 2011, they were about to cut the program. So literally the baseball program was about to be just nixed from the school entirely. And then they decided to keep it. The next year they hired Randy Mazey. He said, we need to build a better stadium because the stadium we're playing at is literally a shithole. It was worse than like our high school stadium. That's how bad it was. No one would show up. People like visiting players had to use the same porta potties as the fans. Like there wasn't an
That's
actual
called home
stadium. It was
field
just-
advantage.
Yeah, but it was like really, really bad. And I remember being in an accounting class in 2013.
You couldn't take
And-
an accounting class.
I know.
Oh, you
Yeah.
said being, you didn't say passing. Okay, that's
Correct. There's a reason why I didn't become an accounting major. I did not pass that.
I was not wrong.
Correct. But there was the thing I
Bless
took
my
from it
God.
is that some guy who was running like West Virginia athletics accounting stuff came in and there was a baseball player in our class and he was talking to us about like, funds for the baseball team. And he asked this player, like, who has the best facilities in the Big 12? And he goes, Texas. Like, not even like think about like Texas by far. They have the best facilities. He's like, who has the worst? And he's like, us. Ours are terrible. He goes,
Mhm.
"Well, that's going to change. We're building a new stadium." And 2 years later, in 2015, they have the new stadium, and head coach Randy Mazie like put in the design, like he helped design the stadium, where it was located, all of it, which is really really cool.
Is
But
that why the
since
fences are 369, 369?
probably
Which they're not.
No,
Or
they're
not.
they're 325.
they're pretty short to left and right, and then you have like this weird ass like power alley left center
Mhm.
high wall at 375. But basically he took over and they started like slowly getting better, where they won multiple Big 12 championships. They hosted a regional for the first time in 2019, which I believe that was Alec Manoa as the starting pitcher in that regional. They didn't get out of it, but they hosted there, and then they've actually went to back to back super regionals the last 3 years, which is
Hell
something that
yeah.
people don't really mention. It's something that like West Virginia every year they're never in the preseason top 25. It takes them forever to get ranked. People don't want to have them host for whatever reason, and well, it's the SEC bias is why. But when you go to 3 straight super regionals, I mean, at that point it was 2 straight super regionals, and then we end up being the last host this year, which is kind of crazy. Like, you need to respect West Virginia baseball a little bit. But Steve Sabins takes over 2 years ago and immediately like just ramps up what head coach Randy Mazie was doing and takes it to another level. And they have that biometric lab, that pitching lab they have in center field, which is something that pros use. Paul Skeens was there in the offseason using it.
Oh, that's
It's
pretty
one of the
sweet.
best like facilities in all of baseball now. It went from almost being cut to then hosting a super regional with one of the best facilities and going to Omaha, which is pretty incredible. That is like it feels like the Indiana story. I know they ramped up; they didn't just go,
Mhm.
0 to 100 overnight, but how terrible this program was to then getting better and being in the College World Series is pretty incredible.
It's been really, really fun to watch. I've been kinda going out of my way to tune it in. I mean, you and I have texted quite a bit about it, um, even to the point where I wasn't aware that their game against Cal Poly was like a what was it, like a 12:30 game
Yeah, it was
the
It
other
was a
early.
day?
noon start on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday
Right.
and Saturday.
I didn't realize it, and I just happened to be, like, scrolling through the TV at work, and, some of the kids were like, "Oh, yeah, keep going. Let's find something to watch. Let's find something to watch." I went, "Hold on."
Is
Like,
this
college
live?
baseball. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I said. I went, "Is this live?" Pulled out my phone, Googled, like, WVU, baseball. I was like, "Oh, this is live. Let's watch this." And, like, I made them all sit there and watch watch until, like, West Virginia went up, like, 8-1, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, this game's over. Night, night." I was like, "You guys can watch whatever you want," and walked away.
Dude, it was awesome. Like the atmosphere was insane, and like it went kind of viral over social media of like, oh, people are paying attention to like what West Virginia athletics is when West Virginia athletics are good. Like
Yes.
we hosted was it a regional for women's basketball as well, and it was a sellout, the highest attendance for women's basketball history. Unfortunately, we didn't get out of that region. I think it was Kentucky that beat us. There's this rivalry with Kentucky,
Yeah.
the Hatfields and McCoys.
You
The
guys just keep running
the
into each
Appalachia
other.
Hill folk. That's essentially what it
Yeah,
is.
it's Hatfields and McCoys there. That it like there's a pretty good rivalry there
Appalachia
because
Hill folk.
last year West
Boy,
Virginia beat
tell me how.
Kentucky. Last year West Virginia beat Kentucky to go to the supers again,
Well, then it
and then
was,
this
and I
year had
think
to go through
3 years ago they
3
faced
years ago.
off in the
Kentucky,
regional, and
yeah,
Kentucky beat them, I think,
yeah, I think or three.
or some.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
they showed it. It was like 3 of the last 4 years they've been in the same
They keep
region.
pairing us. Yes,
Yeah.
they keep pairing us together.
Well, I
Um,
mean, don't I gotta feel like for the most part they try to make some of those regions geographic,
I think so as well.
right? I
Yes,
mean,
but
think
it's
about the
also doesn't it
Kentucky and
feel a
West
little bit
Virginia.
like UVA versus Michigan State
It does.
basketball?
To be honest, that was what I was thinking of exactly. That those early 2010s, mid 2010s brackets. Every time they do a mock bracket, it would be like one of them was the one of them was the 4, one of them was the 2, and one was the 7, something like that. It was always, and you know,
Correct.
but it didn't start. a rivalry because it wound up falling the way, like, I think Michigan State got close to missing some tournaments or whatever. But yes, it had that feel, but on a different level because it's West Virginia and Kentucky. Um, you know,
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
need I
The
say
Coal
more?
Rush, the Coal Rush night to uh send us to the Supers was awesome. And then like the Country Road, that was probably the best TV Country Roads I've ever seen.
The best part
And it,
was that the announcers just shut the fuck up
yes,
and
that
let it
never
happen.
happens.
They
And that
So,
didn't try to
never
talk
happens.
over
well,
it. They didn't try to explain what was
mhm.
happening. They let the song and the celebration play out until they were ready for an interview.
So
And that was awesome.
they learned from it because the night before they were interviewing the kid from West Virginia as it was playing, and then after they were done, because they did cut it short. They cut it short to their credit, right? But then like go join your team. It was like okay, went and joined, and so that very next night they learned from it. They were like, no, we're not like you said, Kamala, not going to talk at all. Put the headset on the kid. Armani Guzman, I believe, is who they were
Armani
talking.
Guzman is awesome,
Is
dude.
he's I love he's he looks hitterish up there. I believe that Harold
Yes.
Reynolds has said that before. Hitterish. He goes up there and you're like, this dude's about to take a great swing and put a great at bat. Just
By
the
the
way he sits there and holds the bat. But before you get to him, yeah, like you said, Kamo, the announcers let the whole thing play out. And then once it was done, then they said now it can talk. And you're right, boy. It you know, we think that, oh, they should know, but they don't.
Gave me
And
goosebumps.
it's not a detriment to them. You could say like, oh, you should do your research now, but you're not fully going to know that because you're not always going to know all of the traditions of all the schools. They do their research. They know these things, right? But they don't fully know, like you said, boy, that you know what,
well,
maybe we
usually
should
you have
just stop talking, let it go out, and
yeah.
then come back.
Like cuz I mean, typically you have some sort of time commitment for another program that you have to get to. So it's not I'm
Yeah,
not going to completely blame previous things, but it is annoying. Like, oh, let it just finish out. And it's like goes to commercial. And it's like,
yeah.
well, that's annoying. They actually let it finish out and that or at least they got to like the second verse. I was like, that was amazing. I think it got to the second or third verse. It was awesome.
I thought
That
they
was the
let it
best
go.
I think they did.
That walk off win that he had against Kentucky. I'm pretty
against
sure
Kentucky.
they let it
Yeah.
go all the way. Didn't
That was the best one. And also Armani Guzman, I believe, broke the stolen base record for West Virginia last game. Held by Victor Scott II, by the way, who's in the show on the Cardinals. Um, but Armani Guzman is awesome. He the NIL store. So their top two athletes for the NIL store were Gavin Kelly, who's also on West Virginia's team, and Armani Guzman. That was this week's top two NIL store. So obviously a bunch of West Virginia fans went and bought their jerseys and stuff for that, which they should. It was awesome. But
Yes.
also Armani Guzman talking about his mom was great. And they showed her a couple of times in the super regional. And I'm watching her just pound Mick Ultras as it's going on. I'm like, hell yeah. They
When
love West Virginia.
when in Rome.
That's
it was
incredible.
it was
I'm sorry,
fantastic.
I'm not
The whole
familiar with that saying.
the whole scene was awesome. And again, and uh going back to Gavin Kelly as well, he is the number one prospect for 2027, by the way, for MLB.
Really?
Yeah. So there's a chance he goes 1-1, which would be incredible.
Wouldn't that be
Because I
something?
believe JJ Weatherhold's the highest pick we've ever had.
Buy that. Buy that.
So yeah, that's that was pretty special.
Yes.
And it looked and it and I know like being a West Virginia fan, you're just waiting for like in these big moments, you're like, you know, what's gonna happen to us? Like we never win these things. Like someone's gonna choke or whatever it is. Something an umpire's gonna screw us or something's gonna happen
Mhm.
where like we don't play as well as we should. Instead, we beat the ever living piss out of Cal Poly. And it was like,
Yeah,
oh, no, this
uh,
team's different. This team expects to do
that
something.
was a
I think
statement win.
it starts with the coach.
What is the mascot of Cal Poly, by the way?
It's a Mustang.
Yes, it is.
It's a
So
sweet.
that
Yeah, that was
It's
something that they were talking about. I
reining
guess
those stangs
the
in.
they tried to do like an in-game interview with your guys' coach during the Cal Poly game, and he was sitting there like at the railing with the headset on, and he had his binder out in front of him, and he's like answering questions, but he's not looking at the camera. He's looking out at the field. And like, he's like, I can't even remember what the question was, but mid question, he was like, "Hey, Kressler!" and started yelling at him. He's like, "I gotta go," and like took the headset off. And all the announcers could say was, that's just something that you grow to love about that guy is just his attention to
No,
detail.
that is
Nothing gets missed.
correct, and his players talk like this dude's a nut when it comes to that, and that's why I think they expect to win.
They
That's
went
why
on to
that's
say,
all.
like, he
Well, it's
was
just a
probably
good
yelling at
story.
Kressler for being like 3 inches to the left when he should have
Yeah.
been further to the right.
By the way, in the Kentucky series, when they were interviewing him, they caught him on a hot mic because the SEC network was
Hell
broadcasting
yeah.
West Virginia, Kentucky, even though West Virginia was the host. So the SEC network's hosting it, and
This is gonna be good.
the hot mic comes on, like it's coming back from commercial, and they're trying to like talk to Sabins or whatever, and he goes, "It's the SEC network, so they can fuck off." And then the mic, and then it comes on, and goes, "And we're with Coach Sabins."
That's incredible.
Oh,
That's incredible. Okay, so now we know why Stevie likes him.
He's dude, he's awesome, man.
It
There's
just means more.
Yeah,
it
some
just means
people
more.
just want
It
him
just
more.
it feels different. Even, and I did say this a couple weeks ago that West Virginia's next national championship outside of rifle, like their only national championship, if they get one outside of rifle, was going to be baseball. And it's because of what they've done, what this head coach is doing, the players they're bringing in, and their investment into the team because of Ken Kendrick, which the stadium is named after, because he is the billionaire donor to West Virginia. He's the owner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. So he's a big baseball guy. So I expect a national championship at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen this year or not, but I think the coach expects a national championship as well, which is something that's been very, very different for West Virginia athletics.
Now, speaking of that national championship in Omaha in the College World Series, the other teams, there's 8 teams that go. So West Virginia punched their ticket first, I believe. The other debutante to Omaha is Troy Bolton State, or just Troy. Troy Bolton.
Trojans.
I believe Troy Bolton is Zac Efron's character in High School Musical. But they,
This is, by the way, it's the Neil Brown Bowl. It's the Neil Brown series.
It is. What are they playing?
Yes, West Virginia plays Troy to start.
I didn't know if that's how it landed.
Yes, West
Okay.
Virginia is playing Troy to start.
Well, they
The Neil Brown series.
booked their first trip to Omaha after they took out another upstart team, Arkansas Little Rock, and the Troy Super Regional, which they got to host for the first time ever. Those are the 2 new teams. Elsewhere, UNC walked off USC, that's Southern Cal, in Game 3 to get to the College World Series for the second time in 3 years. Ole Miss defeated number 4 Auburn to reach Omaha for the 7th time in program history, the first time since they won it all in 2022. After Oklahoma upset number 2 Georgia Tech, they took down former Big 12 foe Kansas, outscoring the Jayhawks 21-3 in their 2 games, as the Sooners reached their 12th College World Series and their first since they finished runners-up to the aforementioned Ole Miss Rebels in 2022. Alabama beat St. John's, the Fighting John Francos, to book a trip to Omaha for the first time since 1999. So I guess Alabama is no longer a football school. They're a do other sports school, basketball, baseball. I guess football is now like their 5th best sport. Roll Tide, y'all. Texas defeated Oregon to make it back to Omaha for the first time since 2022 and extend their NCAA record to 39 trips to the College World Series, which is just asinine. And then Georgia, they won 2 nail biters to get past Mississippi State and reach the College World Series for the first time since they were runners-up in 2008. So kind of cool storylines for all the teams that are there.
There are no repeat teams from last year. Every single team in the College World Series was not in it last year.
Yeah.
Which is really, really cool.
So it's like everyone there will have desperation.
Hell yeah.
Because, like you said, no repeat teams. And I think what the 2022 was the last time like all these teams were here. Well,
Yeah.
UNC I think was there 2024. Couple teams,
UNC.
couple teams in 2022, and then after that, droughts or never been there. Which is
Yep.
it speaks to how much skill is spread out for college baseball.
Well, I also
How many
saw that
more
like
schools are putting investment into it, and I mean also just how hard fucking baseball is.
yes,
Yeah.
baseball's fair. It's really hard to win like that. I was talking to her dad about like the West Virginia regional about like man, it's hard to get out of these regionals. Like you have to like I mean it's double elimination, but man, you're at the last like 2 games, you have no pitchers left because you usually have
Yes.
one like 2 starters who are really good, and then you have a third that you can piece together during the year. And then after that, it's like all hands on deck, and you don't know what the hell is going to happen,
Yes.
type thing. It's really really hard to get out of these regionals. Like anything can happen with all of this, but I did see that like college baseball, this May Madness is kind of what college basketball March Madness used to be. All these upsets, all these like Cinderella stories, these great storylines uh, that we didn't see this past year in college basketball, which is kind of fun to see this in baseball.
Well, I mean, part of it again is because baseball is so
Yes.
illogically difficult.
By the
that-
way, great drinking schools for this the Jello shot challenge
That's true.
at Rocco's, which they are gonna. I mean, think about what a great idea this Rocco's place had to just rake in money. I believe the record is LSU with like 68,000 or something, or 65,000, something like that. So I expect West Virginia. I mean, the most difficult part about this is you have to have the correct school make it the furthest. So if West Virginia bows out in the first round, they're not going to touch the record. But if they make it to the final, the record could be challenged, right?
Yeah.
Which would be a
No,
lot of fun to see.
very true.
Plus,
And-
Maxine's going there.
Yeah. Well, and again, like you said, nice drinking schools, not the nerds. Like there's no UBA, Stanford there
Correct.
this year. Who
UNC is the closest.
yeah. Yeah, you're right. Normally you've got a handful of those. No. All schools that say if you want to come to our school, live in our state or play a sport and we'll get you there.
Yep.
As long
All
as
right,
you're
so-
breathing.
Before we get off of college baseball, I do have a trivia question for Nick sent in
Okay.
by Pat McGrory, the great Pat McGrory. He wants to know who was the last collegiate or high school player to go straight to the majors. And there's a pitcher and there's a hit and a position player. So I'm going to say the last position player to go straight from high school or college to the pros,
Oh gosh.
skipping minor leagues. You actually do know this player.
Yeah. Feel
He-
like
Cal.
what?
He played for Cal.
I actually played for Cal. I feel like I saw this recently. Is it like a modern player or is it like older?
It's a player that we know from like the mid 2000s, 2010s ish.
Oh gosh.
He debuted with the Padres.
So the question is, this kid went high school to the
He
pros?
went straight from college to the pros. He skipped minors.
Oh, and he played on the Padres and he went to Cal. Oh boy, is it like Chase Headley?
No, Xavier Nady.
Xavier Nady, the X-Man. That's a heck of a pull there.
And then this is the last pitcher to go straight from college to the majors without playing a single game in the minors, coming out of Dallas Baptist, DBU, which is a great baseball school, by the way, and debut with the Angels.
What year?
I'm not sure actually what year it is, but
Oh,
Ryan Johnson is
Oh,
the.
yeah.
I
When you got
doubt you would have gotten
never
that.
heard that.
Xavier Nady was the one that you had somewhat of a chance, just because we know
Xavier
that.
Nady. Yeah, that's a heck of a name. So he played at Cal, got drafted, and just went straight to the Padres.
Straight to the Padres, yeah.
Well, I guess that would make sense as to why the Padres sucked.
Shout out Big
during
Pat
that
for the
time,
question.
because they were doing shit like that. There was Brandon Finnegan is some trivia question similar to that because I think he played in the College World Series and then went straight to the bullpen. I think for the Royals in the playoffs though. So like I think his first major league action was in the playoffs, which I think would make him not qualify for that question because he technically didn't make his MLB debut, right? Because your playoff stats are different than your regular season stats. But I believe it was Brandon Finnegan. He was a lefty pitcher. And I remember them saying something like he like just
Yes,
got done.
correct.
Am I
Played
right?
for. Do you know the college he played for?
God, why do I want to say Kansas State? I don't think that's correct. Like
You're
Oregon?
very close.
Am I
It's in the
really?
same conference.
Oh
It's
gosh.
also a purple school.
What?
It's also a school with purple colors.
TCU?
Yeah, he was a
Wow, I
horn
was that
dog.
close. Yeah, right. That's he played in the College World Series or whatever. Was drafted by the Royals. They went on
Correct.
one of their runs during that time, and they put him right in the bullpen for the playoffs. But he hadn't played in the majors yet, or did he?
No, you're correct. That is what he did. He went straight from TCU right to like drafted and then played for the Royals.
Yeah.
But he also then got traded to the Reds the following year.
Yes, and then like became completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Right, that was a good question, Pat. By the way, we should give Pat credit. That was a good question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kamala, hit the button.
There we go.
Ooh. You were too focused on the booze and the buzzer that you do you have to make that sound? Yes, we do.
Yes,
All
yes,
right,
we have to
Kamala,
make
give
that.
us the second strike.
All right, second strike. Let's get caught up on our Stanley Cup Finals playoffs here. Currently at 9:25 on June 9th. Carolina is leading Vegas in game 4, 3-1 in the second period. Vegas is leading the series, however, 2-1 at this current moment. Which shouldn't surprise a lot of people, and they just scored again. So Carolina is winning in the second period 3-2.
They literally just scored.
Yeah. But it shouldn't surprise people that Vegas are winning this series because Vegas is very, very good. Not just defensively. We've talked a lot about them defensively and their defensive acumen and Tortorella's mindset as a defensive grinder type coach leading into this series and all throughout this series, right? We haven't seen a check go unfinished in this series.
Oh, he would yank your ass off the ice
Yeah.
so fast.
Yeah, well, him and Rod the Bod are of similar mindsets, I believe. But Vegas, I believe, is the favorite in this series, and it shouldn't be surprising to anyone. They're currently out
Favorite
of the
based off of
top
what?
10 out of the stats.
What does AJ Pittis say that the line is at? You said he's playing enough golf. He's probably got
mm,
time to check the
mm.
odds for this.
Well, we'd have to go back and check to see who was favored at the beginning, but Vegas has 5 of their players are in the top 10 goal scorers in the entire playoffs, which is kind of insane to think about. Brett Howden is leading with 13 goals this postseason. Marner with 10. Pavel Dorofoyev with 10.
Dorofeyev.
Shea Theodore with 6 and Ivan Barbashev with 6, who almost got his 7th earlier in this game. His goal was disallowed because it came like 0.2 seconds after the final buzzer in the first period.
They've
I
had
feel like
3
Vegas
goals.
has had so many goals
3
disallowed.
goals disallowed in the
They've had
last
a
2
lot
games.
of goals
And they had
disallowed and called
some
back.
in game 1. I think they had one.
Yes, they did. They had one there as well.
Which is amazing. Tortorella's head hasn't exploded.
It's insane
Well, I actually
that he
saw
hasn't had an aneurysm.
No,
Like,
because I actually saw like the last game when they showed each of the like disallowed goals. He's
Yeah.
talking to his assistant. And he knows it's going to be disallowed.
Mhm.
That's why. Like he literally looked over and goes, "It's not going to count." I think you
Mhm.
read his lips. I think he said it
Yes,
won't
'cause
count.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, because I mean, last game, those 2 that were disallowed were the correct calls. There wasn't really
Yeah, it just
much.
happened that it was like back to back, like
Yes.
within like 3 minutes.
Well, and but it's really cool. It's really funny because throughout the first couple of games, it just seems like Vegas has, even though Vegas is winning the series, they've really struggled to put Carolina away. Like Carolina has 7 third period goals, comeback game tying goals in the third period to either tie or win, which is insane. Um, so Carolina is just a tough dog to put out, and they're making a huge fight of this. So I mean, like, don't ever tell me the odds because Carolina right now is just playing like somebody that truly wants it more. Uh,
I wouldn't say
and
wants it more, that
Rod the Bod
they're
didn't even
playing like a
start Rod the Bod didn't start Frederick Anderson tonight. He started
Boosie.
Boosie.
I wouldn't say want.
Hilarious name, by the
Yeah.
way.
I wouldn't say want it more. I would more not giving up, like not being able to count them out, right? Because Vegas, I think, has been the better team so far this series. That I mean, they're up 2 games to 1.
Mhm.
Right, the first game of the series, they had that 2-goal comeback, which it doesn't sound like, you said it before, Kamalo. 2-goal lead is the most dangerous lead in hockey,
It's the
and
worst lead.
really in like other sports like soccer, where you have only score 1 goal at a time, basically. But they had that. They were like the first team, whatever, in 55 years to erase a 2-goal deficit on the road and win game 1 of the finals. A random stat, right? And I feel like after that happened, they've been the better team. But like you said, Rob Brindamore, the head coach of the Hurricanes, has his team coached up and the culture there that they're not
Yes,
going to give up, which is.
he will switch things up in a heartbeat.
Well, that, and also again that just not you can never count them out, and I think
Mhm.
that's a top down thing. It's from Rod the Bod to their captain
Yeah.
Jordan Stahl. Like you even watching that game 3, right? So you had Vegas win game 1, and game 2 the Hurricanes won in overtime, right? So you get that series 1 game apiece. Game 3 was bonkers. Like you said, in that third period, Vegas was up 4-0, and Carolina
Yeah.
ripped off 4 goals, and it felt like it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, not because like Carolina had been dominating the whole game to the point. They hadn't been. Vegas was clearly the better team, and like they had those 4 goals, and again they had 2 disalloweds. They put the puck in the back of the net 6 times, right? And
Yes.
again, the disallowed goals were the correct rulings. So that, but it felt like going to the third was like, I gotta keep watching because it feels like they're
You
gonna do
don't know
this.
what's gonna happen.
Yes, and it's, I think so much of that is a credit to Carolina and their organizational culture, and
Mhm.
less about thinking that the Knights would collapse, because again, we watched them post a comeback already in this series, and that game was nuts all the way to the end, right? You had uh, the game tying goal from Svechnikov, less than 2 minutes to play in regulation. It was in double overtime, right? You went through a whole
Yes,
overtime
it went
session
to another
with
overtime period.
with no goal, and then Shea Theodore gets awarded the game-winning goal in double OT after the
Mhm.
hard carom off of
They
the
had
end boards.
they had 2 own goals in that game too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So there were 2
Mhm.
goals
Yes, they
disallowed
Marner had
and
a
did.
2
hat
own
trick, and
goals.
Marner had a natural hat trick, didn't he? He had a natural
Yes,
hat trick, and one of those goals was he banked it off of
he
through
banked
the,
it, yeah.
right. And so that whole thing was just nuts. But it feels like it's a very even series, very good coaching matchup. Like you said, Kamo, Brindamore and Tortorella, there is a decent amount of similarities in terms of how they're going to prepare their team, especially physicality wise. And when you have that mindset that you aren't going to skimp on your defense, or the little things like the back checking or forechecking, really, and like getting the puck possession, clouding things up, getting from that. When both teams are like that, oftentimes it comes out even. and you see little random things that'll make the difference, like a random hustle play here or there, maybe gaining an icing or disallowing an icing, those types of things, or just getting across the center line to get the puck in deep without an icing. Those are the types of plays that win you games, and these teams seem like they're coached up to be able to
That's
do
the
that.
nice thing about these teams is that, like, they're both teams are just so versatile that they can switch up their forechecking scheme in a single shift and catch the other team completely by surprise. Like, they both have so many different weapons and ways that they can attack and progress the play that, they're not going to be like condemned to just be like, oh, we're going to be a dump and chase, or oh, we're just going to be like penetrating on the wings and drop passing once we make entry. They have so many different ways that they can hurt you and rotate and get around on you that, like, it truly is, if you pay attention to just the schemes and the layouts and the formats that they're playing, it's very, very different, like, period to period, shift to shift, and it is a lot of fun to watch that way.
Yeah.
I love the versatility, like, and that shows, I think, the quality of the coaching matchup, like you said, is that, uh, the coaches are looking to kinda outdo each other and figure out, like, it's a game of chess pretty much, but from the bench boss perspective.
But yeah, I mean, it has been enjoyable to watch. What is the before we move on, one live update? What's the score?
Live update, 11-12 to play in the second period. Carolina up 3-2, shots 17-7 in Carolina's favor.
By the way, this is also kind of how you know if Carolina's getting beat is if they're like not winning the shot differential because they
Yes.
typically chuck pucks to the net all the time.
Mhm.
And I
Yep.
remember the last game they were like losing that shot differential. I was like, whoa, they're getting their ass kicked. And then they obviously ramps up at the end, but right
Yeah.
now they're up 17-7 in shots. It's typically how Carolina
Yeah.
likes to play.
And looking ahead, we could have a Stanley Cup champion crowned by our next recording. So we have game 4 tonight. Lord Stanley's Cup is not in the building. Um, but if Vegas wins tonight, then he'll be in the building for 5, 6, and 7 if necessary, because game 5 will get played in Carolina on Thursday. Then it swings back to Vegas on Sunday, the 14th, and then game 7, if necessary, would be after we record next week's episode on Wednesday.
DJ
Very nice.
Blunts is in the building to
Yeah.
announce that Tom Haverford is in the building.
Yes. Roy Hibbert and Detlef Schrempf are playing
Take me there.
basketball.
What's up, Jay Shot?
Yeah, you like that name? What do you think about that, Jay Shot? I hate Angelo. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna call you Jello Shot. What do you think about that, Jay Shot?
That had to be improv.
It's so
right,
good.
there's no way that
Absolutely.
was scripted.
No, he's just riffing. That's
There's
all.
like-
He's
The
riffing.
the improv was so good that it lasted throughout the, like, remainder of the season, because there's Detlef and Roy Hibbert make appearances in later episodes, and they
Yep.
continue to call Adam Scott's character Jello Shot.
I could, you know what? All this Jello shot talk, I could go for a Jello
Yeah.
shot. Those are delicious.
Is that
Yeah, it
two
is the
Jello
second
Shot
Jell-O Shot
references and
reference.
2 strikes? That's incredible.
Yes, it
We've
is.
never been on such a pace.
No. All right, hit the
All right.
button.
Ah.
All right,
Pepper
so-
needs new shorts.
Yep, thank you. My strike is going to go to the NBA Finals. Another great series that we have going here. I talking earlier to people at work and stuff. How often do we get the NBA? Because obviously the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals they coincide. They go on at the same time. But all 4 teams from both of those leagues are playing like their hair is on fire. That
Mhm.
they're going to give their life, metaphorically, obviously, to win this championship, which is what you want. It oftentimes doesn't always come out that way, but all 4 teams, give credit. Hurricanes, Golden Knights, Knicks, Spurs are playing like true desperation, what you want to see in a final, right?
Dude,
So-
and they're on opposite nights too, so you
Yes.
don't have to give
Well-
up one to watch the other.
Well, that's on purpose. ESPN
It's so
owns the
fucking
broadcasting rights to both of them, so they would
It's
never
incredible.
They would never allow them to be on the same night. But yes,
Yeah.
that is also very good, is that you can watch the Stanley Cup Finals happening now, and then tomorrow night I'm pretty sure will be Game 4 of the NBA Finals in New York. But the Knicks are up 2-1 over the Spurs in the NBA Finals. New York took the first two games on the road. They won Game 2 after Wembanyama missed a potential game-winning jumper at the buzzer. So that was a thrilling game. That was a great game because
Yeah.
the San Antonio raced a 14-point fourth quarter deficit to get to that point, and even took the lead momentarily before Brunson and the Knicks kind of iced it. There was a sketchy little turnover there from the Spurs after a stop, but that game, the end of that game, felt like watching a March Madness game,
Yeah, that
which
was
was awesome,
awesome.
right? The Knicks are the third team ever to win the first two games of the finals on the road. The other two teams are the 1993 Chicago Bulls and the 1995 Houston Rockets. Each of those teams went on to win the finals, by the way. Game 3 at the Garden was the first finals game played there in 53 years in Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
But the Spurs spoiled that homecoming event for New York, as Wembanyama led the way with a 32-point, 8 rebounds, 6 assist game to get San Antonio on the board. And like I said, we sit there now at 2-1 in the finals. I do want to highlight a couple things, really New York wise, right? And I
Yeah,
know,
I got some New York things as well.
you probably would want me to talk about Stephon Castle, because I believe you were high on him when he was at
I do
UConn,
like it. Yes.
and he is excellent. But Karl Anthony Towns was an animal in Game 2, an absolute animal, and he was an animal in all facets of the game. Defensively, he was phenomenal.
Yes.
Rebounding was, like, again, a monster. And then offensively, he showcased everything, right? Give him the ball anywhere on the court, and he had an answer for whatever the defense was asking, right? I'll spin baseline and do this. I'll face up and do that. I'll make the correct pass out of this double team. I'll drive hard off of getting it at the top of the key and just get an and one. Like, he was phenomenal, and his stat line doesn't make you feel like that. I think, only was like 21 points, 13 rebounds, but his performance in that second half, like, he straight up took over that game. It felt like he had 40 points and 22 rebounds. Like, it
Yeah.
felt that way. He was that good.
The only
Mhm.
the only
in
person
Game
that
2.
can stop him is 2015 Frank Kaminsky.
Basically, yes. Correct.
Mm.
Frank the
Mm.
Tank. But yeah, he was so good in Game 2. That was about as good as I've ever seen him play. And again, it's weird. Like, I truly believe that, right? But then you look at the stats and you go, oh, he's had better games. I don't know, man. Like, when you take into account what it took to win that game by 1 point, to get that 2-0 lead, the magnitude of it being in the finals against Wembanyama, who, again, his nickname's the Alien, and for truly good reason, right? That was phenomenal.
Yeah.
What he put together there. Game 3 at the Garden was electric. It was, it was crazy seeing all the celebs there. Like, I believe the average ticket price was like $9,000 or something, or
No,
$6,000.
that was the
It was
cheapest
the
ticket
cheapest.
was
Oh yeah,
9
cheapest.
grand.
Sorry,
The
I missed
cheapest ticket
yeah,
available was 9 grand.
yeah, which is insane, hilariously insane, to be honest with
Yes.
you. But Larry David sitting there courtside, 2 seats away from Robert Kraft. I don't know if you saw that. Just
I
made me
saw it.
laugh. I was like, this is hilarious. This is awesome. I think
saw it.
McAfee was sitting there with Tracy Morgan.
It's funny because when you see
Jeter was there, I
when you see
believe,
Larry
with
courtside, you
Eli.
immediately think of the season of
Yes.
Curb where he wrecks Shaq's
Yes.
Achilles or ACL and has to send him a whole box of Seinfeld DVDs to like make up for it because he accidentally trips him.
Yes, I believe Larry was sitting next to the San Antonio bench.
I saw a bunch of pictures that was like Oh, here's the latest Curb Your Enthusiasm season is Larry David attends the finals in MSG and drops his wallet, and Brunson trips and ruptures his Achilles on Larry's wallet, and he's ousted as a fake New Yorker. Like, it's like the script writes itself, people, anywhere
Right.
this guy goes.
Yes.
But like for the game last night at Madison Square Garden for game 3, to me, like, so while like all this like playoff pandemonium is happening, at work, I'm showing like the kids at work, I'm letting them watch The Last Dance, and we just watched the episode where Jordan and the Bulls in 91 beat Magic and the Lakers, and Jordan and the Bulls end up losing, I think, game 1 or whatever in the Staples Center. And in an interview, Jordan says, "Oh yeah, well, we were fine because in our mind, we were close and we didn't even have a good fucking game." And to me, that's kind of how it felt last night. Was it didn't really feel like the Knicks played good, like, at all. Like, it seemed like there was a lot of aspects to their game that was off last night. It seemed like they didn't have their ace stuff, and they were still very, very close. So I could see this being a 4-1 series. Not to take anything away from the Spurs, but it just feels like the Knicks have, like, a stranglehold on this series. Like, it just
Well,
feels like they're the better team, no?
correct. That's exactly what I was going to say. When you think about what the definition of team is, and this isn't to say that like the
Top
Spurs
down,
play
1 to
selfishly, because they don't. They're
It's
pretty
it's all
unselfish
the Knicks have
as
been
well.
talking about, though, is 1 to 15. We trust 1 to
Truly is.
15 on this roster. It doesn't matter if it's Brunson and Cat on the court or some guy who's way down on the scorer's sheet.
Yes.
Everybody in here knows the assignment, and everybody in here can be trusted to do anybody else's jobs. It's very much like a "We Were Soldiers" mentality with Mel Gibson, right? It's gonna be your job to learn your job. The person above you, you're going to learn their job, and you're also going to learn the person below you, and you're going to learn their job. So that way, if something happens to the guy that's above you and you got to step up, you already know the job that you have to do. It's insane to watch because
Yes.
they're getting like pretty even and consistent, kind of like what we expected from like Stevie's NHL team when we were doing our rosters. Is it's pretty consistent throughout the score sheet, right? Obviously, Jalen Brunson gets his, Cat gets his, but everybody else's numbers are pretty much the
Yes.
same.
Yes. And it never feels like someone is, like you said, it never feels like someone's trying to get his, right. You bring that up,
Last
and
night it did,
it did.
with
Well, they
Brunson
felt,
taking like
well,
35 shots or whatever.
it felt stagnant
Yes.
offensively, and they almost looked tired, to be
Hmm.
honest with you, uh, which could just be, shaking off some rust because they had been on such a tear. I believe second longest postseason
Hmm.
win streak in NBA history, ripped off 13 games in a row, and that means you have a lot of off time. So that it could be one of those things where just like, they had the off time, you got the first 2 games, and it's almost like that when you have a tough workout, and the first day afterwards you're fine. The second day a little, but then like that third and fourth day, if you haven't worked out in a while, you're like, oh, it's fucking kill me. Like
The
I'm
soreness
dying.
starts to set
Yes,
in.
that's
You feel a
kind of
little
what it
tight
felt
up
like. There
here,
was like a little bit of like
right,
a,
Stevie? You know what I'm talking about.
yep, all the
Yeah,
glamour
I'm
muscle.
working out. I'm huge.
Yep. I'm from a 40 to a 42, huge. But that's
Huge.
kind of what it felt like.
Yeah,
They were
you're good.
stagnant
Why?
offensively, but what was still good to see positive wise from the Knicks, like you said, Connell, the contributions were up and down. Jordan Clarkson comes in there, and this dude's maybe even player 11 on the team, right?
Yes.
Fantastic plays. Every guy who goes out there is playing fantastic. Clarkson, Deuce McBride from,
West by God,
thank
Virginia,
you,
baby.
Jose Alvarado. These dudes who are solid NBA players, obviously studs in the realm of basketball players, but not guys who are just sitting there saying we're going to rely on them. But
Yeah.
you said they just go in there and it's like you have full confidence. Deuce McBride's going to make a good decision. Alvarado's going to make the right decision, and that you have confidence that they're going to find ways to score. Right? You have that happening, and then you still had the effort defensively and rebounding. Josh Hart is one of the best rebounders in the entire world. I don't think that's
Yes.
hyperbole. I
I
do
don't
not
think it
think that's
is either.
hyperbole at all. Like when you talk about the art of rebounding, like under reading the ball in the air and how it's going to react or interact with the rim as it caroms off of it. That's a difficult thing to do. That is one of the biggest things that made Dennis Rodman fantastic. Was not that
Yes.
it's not like Dennis Rodman was like 7'2". He
No,
wasn't.
Dennis was just a fucking freak at just
Yes.
studying, and not only studying, but really committing to memory his teammates' rotation on the ball and
Yeah.
how he knew like I'm sure Dennis Rodman could have told you like in their prime like what the RPM on Scotty's shot was. Like something stupid like that and how it would impact like listening to Dennis Rodman talk about rebounding is like just it's like listening to Oppenheimer describe the atom bomb. It's crazy.
I really hope you're the first person to make that comparison, Conwell.
Like I said, watching The Last Dance. So hearing Dennis Rodman go, I see MJ take the shot. I know it's gonna spin and go to a ding that's gonna go this way, or it's gonna hit the rim and go in like just in like just clips, and all he's doing in the film room is just sitting there like this, watching people shoot
Yes.
and watching which way the ball kicks off the rim.
Okay.
Ridiculous. No one's ever studied like Rodman, but like to see like Josh Hart's dominance on the boards.
Well, because the other
For
thing
someone
that
who's what, like 6'5",
I don't even
Josh
know if he
Hart,
is.
6'4".
Yeah, because the other I mean, I was just about to say, the other thing with it is you can study all you want,
Mhm.
but you have to have effort. Rebounding for the
Six
most
four.
part is effort. Yes, you can get rebounds just because you happen to be the tallest person there and the way things pan out in the play, right?
Hit fine catch.
But if you're not the tallest person on the court, rebounding is all effort. Dennis Rodman was all effort. Josh Hart is all effort. And I think we said this last year about him being X factor for the Knicks in the playoffs. I think that the same thing still rings true, right? As long as he continues what he's doing, the Knicks will be fine. Right? I'm not
Yeah.
guaranteeing anything because offensively, should have put the ball in the hoop. But as long as you're
Mhm.
getting those contributions from him, the way he is acting and reacting on the boards, you will always be in the game. Because and again, it's not just him. OG Anunoby is a fantastic rebounder, right?
Yes.
That everyone, to be honest, everyone out there, like you can't play on the Knicks if you're not a fantastic rebounder. What did some just filthy
Vegas
goal
just
happen?
tied it up with
Vegas just
less than 3 left in the second.
Eh,
Um,
that's what I see.
yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Nick. The Knicks top down feel like the better team. However, they need to go out and get this second game at MSG. If
I
they
I,
allow
I
this series
agree.
to get tied at 2 apiece, now you have a completely different series on your hand. You have a best of 3 with 2 games being played in San Antonio. That's gonna feel a lot different because I can't imagine
correct. It
San
feels like
Antonio is gonna let themselves be victimized like that, on their home court again.
it
That's
feels very much
ridiculous.
like this, like the hockey series,
Yes. You
right? If
gotta get this
Carolina
game.
is able to win this game, all of a sudden it's 2-2 going back to Carolina. Like that's
Yes.
very, very different.
Yes.
So
Yes.
these are very important games here.
Home games matter.
Yeah,
You
but
can't let
I do.
home games be the difference in you winning and losing. You need
Yeah,
to win home games.
I do want to mention the Spurs a little bit. You mentioned Stephon Castle. I do love him, but
Sure.
also uh, it feels like I mean, one, I think they're going to be knocking at the door all the time, right? With Wemby and Stephon
Mhm.
Castle and the nucleus they have. But watching some of the Wemby stuff and like the almost like behind the scenes, like kind of getting to know who he is, this dude is an animal. Like this isn't just, oh, he's a gimmick type thing. Oh, he's
No.
big,
No.
he can shoot, he's athletic. No, he wants to rip your face
Yeah.
off. And he wants to
Yeah.
go win. And he's young and he's doing this and he's mature for such a young age. And he's got that killer instinct that we've been waiting for. I mean, we saw some with Anthony Edwards, but really since like the Kobe, like I mean, maybe you had some with some of the other players like Dirk Nowitzki and Dwayne Wade and all that stuff, but since like that era of the players, we haven't gotten that like real killer,
Thank
Yeah.
you,
right?
Braun.
Um
I mean,
Well,
LeBron's. I mean,
I
yes,
mean,
he does, but
you're saying all
No,
the
I
stuff
said
that
thanks. I said thanks,
oh,
LeBron, because
LeBron,
we
yeah,
haven't had it because that's the culture of the league that
you've
LeBron
yeah.
been,
has
He's
Stevie, you're saying
wanted.
the same stuff about him that Tony Parker was saying about him during the Olympics in Paris. Is like
yeah.
because he was relatively new and unknown still going into those Olympics, and so to hear Tony Parker kind of like break it down for everybody in that documentary, Court of Gold. Um, yeah, it's a different animal that the NBA's desperately needed for a while
Now,
now.
Yeah,
I will
I
say what
expect him to be in this, and he's also what I
I
love
mean, did you see
him
him
like,
grab Brunson by the neck in the
yeah,
first quarter last
what
night?
what I love about his stuff too is that OKC series. I mean, he's telling his goons like, if they're gonna flop, take them out. Like
Hmm.
I'm sick of this shit. Make them pay. Like
I
they're
agree.
not if they're gonna
If
get
we're gonna
away with it,
be
make them
if we're
feel it.
building this culture of every time I shoot the ball, I'm gonna like fall to the ground every time I release it. Okay, you're gonna feel it then.
Then you're gonna
Like
feel it. That's why.
there's
That's
no reason for me to take a soft foul then if you're gonna just be going to the floor anyways. I'm gonna help you there.
right. And I need my star player like him to do that and police it itself. Right. The NBA has had a horrible job of policing itself.
Yes.
So I love this about Wemby. I don't know if they're gonna win, right? The Knicks kind of feel like the team of destiny here, but like the Knicks have that same shit too with Brunson
Shaq
and Hart.
Shaq
So
co-signed on Wemby's behavior last night too. He said Shaq, I guess, went on, I think it was like X or something like that, and said, "I love it." He's like, "Yeah, Victor, tell him to get his little ass out of the way."
so I will say with Wemby, right, obviously the skill, being able to watch him it feels like it's a privilege, right?
Yes.
Now, I want him to get to the rack more.
Yes.
And I know I don't want to say he's settling because settling oftentimes makes you think that it's like
it's not part of your skill set.
correct. And
He
but
shouldn't
and,
be the
and
one to stretch the floor.
but he is that good. The shots he's taking
Mhm.
are still good shots. Like he's not taking bad shots at all
Correct.
for his skill. Right? The boys right on, right? Sometimes when you say settling, it says, "Oh, you're out of your game." It's not. He's taking very good shots. Part of me wants him, like you said, announce my presence with authority, and like a couple times instead of maybe going for the jump shot, which might be the right play. Maybe you take an extra dribble and you use your shoulder and you try to get to the rack just a few times to see what happens, right? And obviously he's young, so sometimes if someone were to say that, it might take him out of his game, and now
Well, I
he's
think
thinking instead
also
of playing. But I feel like he's so good, if he needed to or wanted to, he can get there. And so if you maybe it throws a different wrinkle into the scouting report, uh,
I
but
think
I
the
want to
issue
see
is
him
that
get
like
there more.
he's gonna get ref differently, like a Rempe or like a Shaq. Like you saw, like remember, I think it was in the OKC series, he got a flagrant two because he was like just a routine, like get the ball, defend it, and kind of box out, and he elbowed a dude in the chest or in the chin or something, and they called him for a flagrant two, but like there wasn't anything malicious there.
Yeah, but I think if he's
He's
trying to
just
get to
gonna
the
get
rack
ref
and
differently, and he's
he's
gonna get ref differently on the
yeah,
inside.
but if he's going at
We're gonna bring out
Carl
the
Anthony
hack of
Towns
Shaq.
and Mitchell Robinson, they're not gonna like officiate that differently. They're gonna officiate it the way it
Yeah.
is because these are at that point that's two massive human beings going at it. And I'm not even saying like, oh, go there to draw a foul. I'm saying like go there again, Nuke Lelouch. I'm gonna announce my presence with authority and try to hammer something in or pound it in there to try to show a different little element uh to them, right? I don't know. There's just one thing I was thinking. I was like, man, this dude could get to the rack anytime he wants. But again, I do not believe he's settling because he's that good of a shooter, and he's taking great quality shots.
Yeah,
But it has been a very entertaining series
I agree.
thus far. Now it's going to take us to our favorite segment, brought to you as always by One Legacy Title and Escrow in Jacksonville, Florida. Follow them on Instagram at One Legacy Florida and visit them at onelegacyflorida.com to see how they can help you with your next house closing. One Legacy Title and Escrow, because your legacy matters. This week, we went with our favorite cocktails of all time. Who would like to start?
Oh, go.
Hit me. Hit me.
Oh,
Boy.
okay.
Boy.
Go ahead.
I haven't had a good cocktail in a long time too. So this made me miss some and need to get the ingredients. But I'm gonna start with a couple honorable mentions. And there's probably a theme to a lot of mine, but you'll notice.
Brown
I'm
liquor.
gonna start with the mint julep because
Oh.
I made my own mint juleps for the Kentucky Derby. And if it's made correctly, it's really, really good. I don't drink it often, probably once a year, but it's a nice drink. And I have my own mint in my little garden off the deck, little herb garden,
You
and I
sound
infused
like
it in.
Andre when he made the hummus.
Yeah, exactly.
And one of the
I'm
ways that I'm helping with your recovery is this delicious hummus that I've made for you.
what is he? Organic, urban farmer or something?
Yeah,
He's
he's a
urban
urban
farming.
forager. Urban forager.
Yes, that's
These
what it feels
mustard
like. But
greens.
made my own simple syrup and infused it with mint,
Oh,
and it
that's a
was.
condom.
But a mint julep, that's a very like honorable mention stretch. Once a year type thing. The next one is an old fashioned. Like I might think that would be higher on my list because I like bourbon and whiskey, but
Yes.
I'm putting it at 6 because I think there's better drinks than the old fashioned. It's good. I like it, but I like some of these other ones better. Number 5, the Italian coffee and amaretto, which is something I had today, which is great because I needed to pick
Cafe
me up.
Corretto.
Correct. There you go. Yes. Uh, the Italian coffee, I love it. Number 4, the bourbon ginger. It's a classic, and it's with ginger beer, not ginger ale. Bourbon and ginger beer with a lime wedge. Awesome. Delicious. The next one, the espresso martini, but it needs to be 3 ingredients. There's no cream. There's no cream in an espresso martini.
Yes, there is.
Want that to be
If you
known.
want that, it's an option.
Espresso,
Many people
Kahlua, and
prefer it.
vodka.
Nick,
I don't
don't
care what other
nickel and
people.
dime his list. You asked for this when you voted cocktails.
Yes. So shut the hell up. This is my list. There is no cream in an espresso martini. It is so good when it's made properly with good espresso
Should've
and then
just gone with
Kahlua and vodka.
libations.
And you shake the hell out of it to get the froth. And
Or
then you
put
have
an egg
little
white
3
in
little
there.
beans. An espresso martini, delicious. Number 2, the Godfather. This is whiskey and amaretto. Awesome drink, all alcohol. Fucking amazing. If you've never had it, it'll change your life, man. Change your life.
It's changed your life, man.
It'll change your life, man. Number 1, the Manhattan. Another all alcohol cocktail. I prefer it with rye, specifically Catoctin Creek rye. Sweet vermouth, bitters, and a cherry. I think it's
Sounds a lot like an old fashioned.
but it's
But similar. Now
excuse
for
me.
vermouth-
Excuse me,
vermouth-
sir. Do you know the difference?
Yeah,
Those are very different.
it is very different.
These are very different.
Sweet vermouth, correct?
Yes, sweet vermouth is not dry vermouth.
Ooh.
Dry vermouth is a martini.
Oh, okay.
Sweet
I'll
vermouth.
just put it sweet vermouth
is
instead of the sugar cube.
It's very different.
It tastes a lot different.
It does.
There's also a cherry and not an orange.
I
So
prefer a
keep
cherry
that.
in my
And
own
it comes in a
fast.
nice
Bully for
martini
you.
glass.
We'll bully for you.
It doesn't have to come in a martini glass.
No, it does not, but
No.
typically they do. But the Manhattan to me, that is my favorite cocktail of all time. I love a good Manhattan.
Yes, you do.
I'll hang up and listen. Also,
Okay.
Combo, I expect your list to have, I believe it's the was the drink from Wood and Iron that you like happened to come upon a couple years ago when we were like hungover drinking for March Madness. And you panic
Oh,
ordered.
no.
It was like
And
a
it was
panic order.
disgusting. Wasn't it?
the
Didn't I hate
painkiller.
it?
It was a
That's what
painkiller.
it was.
That's what it
a
was.
Painkiller.
It was the
hell is in
painkiller.
that?
You ordered 2 of them.
Did I really?
Yes, you
Oh,
said, you know what? I actually thought that was
Well,
going to
the
be
best-
gross, but it was good. I'm having another one.
It's because by the end of it, you just don't feel anything. The hangover, the shame, none of it. It all just melts away.
So painkiller is a rum cocktail, blend of rum with 4 parts pineapple juice, 1 part cream of coconut, 1
I
part
don't know if they
orange
made
juice,
a I don't
well
know if they
shaken and
made
served on the rocks,
to Fidelity
with a generous amount of
painkiller.
fresh grated nutmeg on top.
I think there was a generous amount of alcohol in it.
I mean, rum,
There's a
pineapple
ge
juice, coconut juice, and orange juice. That's pretty good.
I
That's
don't
good.
that definitely doesn't sound like what I had, but
That
the
that's
painkiller
what you
part
had.
does
You had
sound
a
right.
painkiller, but you panic ordered. I
Whatever.
remember that.
I did, 'cause those are huge. You remember how big those things were?
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it was. It just was what they make when you make it
24
in
ounces of
bulk. Yeah, when you make a cocktail in bulk, in bulk container storage,
you had 8 ounces of
something
rum in there.
something gets lost. Alright, I'll go first, or I'll go
Alright.
next. Sorry, not first. Steve already went. Forgettable much? Number 5, I'm not gonna do an honorable mention. Number 5, I'm gonna go old fashioned. I do enjoy a very good old fashioned, something very boozy, very aromatic. After we had those smoked old fashions at what was it, Sedona? I
Sonoma
think.
Tap House?
Yeah, we went to Sedona after X Golf one day,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we got the smoked old fashions. Delicious, by the way. I also love all the pageantry that goes into a smoked old fashioned. Got my own smoking, like cocktail smoking kit, so I have a nice little like rocks glass smoking kit that I can make them at home with. Delicious. So yeah, give me a smoked old fashioned in the 5 spot. Number 4, I'm gonna go with a Moscow Mule. I do enjoy a Moscow Mule. It's probably one of the only clear liquor drinks that'll be on here. Uh, just something about having the copper cup. The copper cup, the ginger beer, it's so refreshing. It's such a refreshing drink. The mintiness in it, oh my goodness. Love a good Moscow Mule. Again, the pageantry. Wow. 3, I'll go with a Manhattan. Why not? Stevie, you're right. I've had Manhattans at your house. I've had Manhattans elsewhere. I do enjoy them more than old fashions, right?
It's a sophisticated drink.
I'm not gonna go so far as to elevate it and put it I give it all the like pomp and circumstance, whatever. I'm just gonna say it's a good drink. I prefer it over an old fashioned. It's delicious. However, I don't think it's as easy to make, which is probably why I don't have them as much. You gotta
Yeah,
do a
it's
little more
also
shopping. You gotta do a little more shopping for a Manhattan.
yeah, and it's also why I don't order them too much when I'm at a bar.
Yeah,
Like, it's much easier and more common to make an old fashioned, and it will taste better. If you
I
get a
agree.
bad Manhattan, it's gonna taste terrible.
Yeah, and you're gonna feel the sting right in your wallet.
Yep.
Um, number 2, I'm gonna go with I think this is a staple for most people. I'll say a Bloody Mary. Give me a
I
Bloody
hate Bloody
Mary.
Marys.
I love a
That's
good spice. It
that's
needs to
because
just
you're a
be
pussy.
it needs to be a
Mr.
classic
Tomato
Bloody
ketchup
Mary.
or vodka and ketchup.
It
It's
needs
not
to
what
be a
it is.
classic Bloody Mary. I don't need any of this like new age bullshit where they put a fried shrimp, a fucking cheeseburger slider, and like all this bullshit on top of it. Just give me maybe a slice of bacon, but a celery stalk to stir it with. There's an English pub in Fredericksburg called the Park Lane Tavern. You can order something there called a Queen Mary, and it's a Bloody Mary that comes with a tiny little Guinness back. So that's pretty cool. You get a nice little pour of Guinness to back your Queen Mary with. So that's kind of cool. And then number 1, it's a drink that I haven't had since my honeymoon because I don't see any bars that stock this particular liqueur that you need to make it. It's called a Carajillo. I believe we've talked about it before. It's a little more pizzazzy espresso martini, pretty much. Espresso, coffee liqueur, liquor, what is it, 53,
43.
43? Liquor
Yeah, liquor
43.
43.
Um, yeah, shaken, shaken into an absolute oblivion. And then with just a hilarious Dominican guy sliding it across the bar at you, making a joke. Yeah, give me a Carajillo at the number one spot. I love them. Actually, the only place I've seen here that you can still get it, ironically enough, is Fogo de Chao. The only other
I
Carajillo
bet
I've had.
Cuba might have it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, the only place so
Where's
far,
its place of origin?
the
Dominican.
Carajillo, it's
Isn't
got
it
to be
just
some. Don't make me guess.
because Fogo de Chao, isn't that the Brazilian
Brazilian
steakhouse?
Yeah.
steakhouse, yes.
Which is nowhere near the Dominican Republic.
Correct.
It has links to Cuba during Spanish rule.
So I bet Cuba could
Yeah.
probably make some of those.
Probably, yeah. But
I've
yeah, I
actually never
remember
been to Cuba. I've always wanted to go.
Fantastic.
All right, well, let's book it.
Fantastic.
But yeah, so
Book it.
that's my list. Give me
Oh,
the Carajillo in the one
delicious.
seed, and I'll turn it over to Nick. Go ahead, Nick.
All right, so I have 2 honorable mentions just because. The first one's an espresso martini, like we've said. You know, I prefer mine with cream, to be honest with you.
Pussy.
Tried them with both. I don't because the cream I don't have an issue with because it's normally like Bailey's or whatever, where
Rises to the
it's
top.
alcoholic. So it's not like they're just adding something that's not alcoholic. They're putting more booze into my drink, so I have no issue with that. But I just feel like that extra part makes it. I don't know. Prefer that. I understand it's a point of contention. We've done taste tests. My wife and I, Jordan, have both agreed that we prefer it with the Bailey's or the cream.
Yeah,
in
my
it.
wife and I say no cream.
Right.
No,
My
The oth-
wife.
The other one is an Irish trash can.
Jesus
Just
Christ.
because of how ridiculous this fucking drink is, and the place it has, I feel
It was
like
the first legal drink I had in college.
yes, in everyone's life, the place it has. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically all of the bottom shelf alcohol poured into a cup
plus Red Bull, right?
in a Red Bull can,
To
and it
turn it
sticks out the
green.
top of it because there's so much liquor in it that you can't pour the whole Red Bull. So it's sticking out. So as you drink, the Red Bull mixes with what's in it, and one of the things in it is blue curacao. And so that Red Bull mixes with it and turns it bright green. It's fucking thing is a thing of beauty. It really is. You know, and I think we have. Follow
And
me
the
here.
Red Bull continues to refill the
Yes.
drink
Yes.
as you
We have-
drink it.
We have the government to thank for this. And follow me for 1
Because
second
they
here.
canceled Four Locos. The
Correct.
original Four Locos.
Correct. Because the
Mhm.
government went ahead and restricted our freedom and our abilities to mix our uppers and our downers alcohol wise. And so what did we do like Americans? We found a solution. And the solution was we'll literally pour all the liquor in the world into a cup and jam a Red Bull in
You
there.
see all that dusty liquor you have back there behind the bar?
Just
Put it in a cup, make it blue, and crush a Red Bull in it. Yeah, give me what's that? The peach schnapps? Yeah, put some of that in
Yes,
there.
yep.
Oh, this is a college town. No one's drinking gin. Fuck it, put that in there too.
Stick it to the man.
Yeah,
That's all.
Yeah. They're
Oh.
terminal. Every last one of them.
But what a drink. What a
Yeah,
ridiculous
don't go drinking this
drink.
after the age of like 25.
Yeah.
Consult
Enjoy
your,
your
doctor
insulin
first.
shots.
Yeah, I would say yes. Consult your doctor first if you're in your
Yeah.
30s
Mhm.
before you drink an Irish trash can. Number 5, I have a John Daly, which is an Arnold Palmer, so lemonade and iced tea mixed with vodka. Once you mix the vodka, it becomes a John Daly. Delicious, refreshing, easy to drink. Fantastic, great name too. The perfect name. Number 4, I have a mojito. As you know, I love rum.
Mhm.
Rum will feature prominently in this list.
Where's that damn rum raisin?
God, can you see we're close? What's his face? Ultron.
James Spader.
James Spader, yes. But yes, a mojito is fantastic, right? The rum, the little mintiness in there, easy to drink. pain in the ass to make, I
Make
believe,
me a
right,
refreshing
Kama?
mojito me,
I believe,
please.
Kama, like, wasn't that the back in the day, like, people go on mojito runs, like, every person would, every, no, sorry, every basic bitch in the world would see the bartender make one and go, oh, I want one of those, and the
Good
bartender would go,
night.
oh, fuck, because this drink takes me 6 minutes to make, because it's a pain in the ass, but if you're not going to torture your friendly neighborhood bartender, a mojito is a very refreshing, delicious drink.
Yeah.
Number 3, I'm with Kamo on this one, a Bloody Mary. Right? It's an acquired taste. It truly is, right? No one came out of the womb saying, I love Bloody
I love
Marys.
vodka ketchup.
Yeah.
I had a spicy one. The first Bloody Mary I ever had was a spicy one and never looked back. I love Bloody
Okay, so
Marys.
See,
I
I
have
hate
before
the
you
spicy
crucify
ones.
me, I've tried Bloody Mary several times in different stages of life. Okay, so I have given it a try. I even tried it in Hawaii, and I was like, they look delicious. So I'm gonna have it.
Why
And
does that add credibility?
I don't
because
why?
because you try like say it's an acquired
I've
taste,
tried it
like,
on a remote island. You have no idea the extent I've gone to try and like this
because
fucking
their
drink.
ingredients are better. That's why.
Better ingredients, better Bloody Marys. Hawaii.
Yes.
Yes.
That's their motto. No, so I do not like it spicy. I don't like it crabby.
That's fair.
Actually, I hate when they put the crab in it. I
Oh,
think
you
it's
don't like
disgusting.
what about the Old Bay rim?
I'm okay with that.
Okay,
No, like the chunks of crab that are when I
that's
drink it.
fair.
No,
That's fair.
but I actually love, because one of the reasons I love it is essentially it's a little snack that you get while you get drunk,
Yeah.
waiting for your food to come.
Yeah.
Right?
Couple
You have
pieces of
like,
bacon, the whole
yes.
celery.
And again, Kamala, I'm fine with not it being that crazy, right? Just your
Yeah.
basic. Give me the celery stalk. I do like an olive in there.
That's fair.
But if you a celery stalk and olive, I would never complain. But some of these places go crazy. Pickled green bean, very
Yeah.
underrated, very delicious with the Bloody Mary. You're right. The bacon, a shrimp skewer. Oh, if it's like a
I have seen
blackened
shrimp skewers
a
on there
blackened
too.
shrimp skewer,
That's probably
phenomenal.
very popular down in the
Yes.
757 area.
Bay Local will do that if for your Bloody Marys. If you like,
Okay.
I think it's like to add the shrimp. It's like $2 or something, $2 or $3,
Oh, hell
and they
yeah.
give you 2
Sign
giant
me up.
shrimp. Yeah, 2 giant shrimp. Yes, exactly.
Run it up, barkeep.
Yep. But a Bloody Mary, again, I do not want it spicy. I prefer Zing Zang. Really is the best Bloody
Yes,
Mary
it
mix.
really is the best.
It's no competition. And
Second isn't even close.
no, and I like the fact that there are essentially like craft Bloody Mary mixes
Mhm.
that people make, and I like that, right? But
you ever try to make your own?
no, I just think because Zing Zang
No.
is that good, you don't need to. Zing Zang, give me shit ton of vodka. That's another reason I like Bloody Marys is you can literally just fill the whole thing with vodka and just put a little in there, and then put your
Yeah.
whatever you garnish it with.
You got disease, man.
No, Bloody Marys are good. Look, little hair of the dog that bit you.
Smoked his ass.
Is that Grieco? Is that Richard Grieco?
Little hair of the dog that bit you.
Number 2 is an old fashioned.
Yeah.
I like it for, like you said, it's simple, but it's a great wedding drink. As someone who's been to over 50 weddings, it's great
In the past 2 years.
basically. It's a very easy drink to order at a wedding because
Yes.
because like you said, Kamo, about like mojitos in the past, about how much it takes to make them. A old fashioned takes some work to make, right? But when you're at a wedding, oftentimes, right, you're not competing with a crazy crowded bar. Yes, sometimes the bar gets crazy right after
That first pass.
yes, when
after
cocktail
the
hour
ceremony
starts.
and cocktail hour.
Yeah, but after that, I can go up there
Mhm.
and I can ask the bartender for an old fashioned, and it's not like
Mhm.
it's a massive burden. Now it's still a burden, and I do feel bad asking for like, 12 of these things, so I'll only ask for like 6. But it's a
Mhm.
more acceptable venue to ask for an old fashioned than it is if I walked into the bar on a Saturday night.
By
But
the way,
at this day and age of like signature drinks, if someone has a signature old fashioned as their signature drink,
Mhm.
usually it's like a dumbed down recipe that could be hammered out quickly.
Mhm.
You know,
Our
I think my
our cousin's wedding, his wife's signature drink was an old fashioned because
yeah.
if you didn't know this, what state is
I
their
know this
official
answer.
drink?
Kamala, do you know this answer?
The
What's the
official
What
drink of
question?
state's
what
official
state?
drink is old fashioned?
Well, I'll go with Pennsylvania.
Wisconsin.
Is it Wisconsin?
Yeah,
Really?
so our
Yes.
cousin, his wife is from Wisconsin. The wedding was in Wisconsin.
What
They were
the
just cranking out old fashions, but here's the kicker with the
what in the
Wisconsin
Munster is
old
going on up
fashioned.
there?
It
A
comes the
lot.
Miller Lite. Is that what it is?
No, it's not whiskey. It's brandy.
Oh, that's
Oh,
interesting.
That's why it's sweeter.
gross.
No whiskey at all? It's just
I don't like that. No, I
Now,
don't.
I
Can
mean,
we
there
call it
are
an old
places like
fashioned?
Wisconsin. Wisconsin is like it's one of those like, does your family do brandy or do they do
Is
whiskey?
no one throwing the challenge flag on this? We're just gonna let brandy like
Yeah,
sidle into the old fashioned
that's a
game.
different
I'm
drink.
tossing the
It's a
No,
different
flag.
drink.
Yeah, don't call
That
it an old
that's what I
fashioned.
thought, but I saw like this Wisconsin guy do it. I was like, maybe this is why
No, no,
States
they're in their own fucking world up there. They're fucking skinwalkers. They don't know what they're doing.
they drink more
Wisconsin,
than
you're on
any other
notice.
state.
Don't you disparage the cheese state, the
They
Badger
drink-
state, you
they-
son of a bitch.
By the way, did you know that people from Wisconsin are outlawed in any drinking competition? Like, if there's an official drinking competition, you're not allowed to be from Wisconsin
What do
because
you-
they
what-
drink
what-
so much.
What's an official drinking competition?
I don't know, but they're not allowed to compete.
That can't possibly be true.
I saw it on the internet, so it's true.
Oh, you convinced me. Oh,
Everything on the internet's true. It's fact.
just like the show.
Dude, it's pure truth, man. It's fact.
Now, my number one drink.
Fuel the jet.
My number one drink, by the way, is a Cuba. You probably know it's a Cuba Libre, a rum and coke,
Yeah,
rum and
rum and
Diet
Coke.
Coke. I love
Rum,
rum.
Coke, and lime.
Yeah. Oh, I always ask for the lime. You got to have the
Yeah,
lime.
The
Let's
lime
go
and
to
the
a shitty
coconut.
rum bar in DC and make
That bar was
Thanks
not
for
shitty.
paying, Stevie.
Yeah.
after me and my wife had half a drink each because we hate rum.
Oh, you pussy. Losing out on credit card roulette will create a bitterness inside of you
Hell
that you
yeah.
can't shake. That bar was awesome, by the way.
I drank
The underground
fifth of
Cuban
fucking
rum
Stevie's
cigar
whiskey
bar.
after
on this one. The bar was not good.
Yes, what place was fucking sweet.
10 out of 10 would not go back if I had a
No.
say in it.
Awesome.
the day I go
Awesome.
back to DC.
Mm,
I mean,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's so funny. Good
But
list,
no,
Nick.
that bar was fantastic. Oh,
Mm.
I saw
The
someone
rum
had
guy
a
like the rum bar. Can you fucking believe it?
places. I would have lived underground there. The rum and the cigars. I don't need anything
fucking
else.
street
Yeah,
rat.
Nick would have been a
I'm
fucking
a
mole
fine being a-
person. Nick would have been
Yes,
a mole
Be a
person.
street urchin, you know.
Yeah.
Do they have one in
Yeah.
Richmond? Have you found? Did you find any rum bar in Richmond? I guess
Beep, beep, beep.
I don't know what. I actually have never been inside Cuba Cuba. So
Oh,
you'd have to
it's so good.
tell me.
It's so
I
phenomenal.
assume a
Gotta
lot
check
of
it
their
out.
stuff is rum based.
I'm not even talking about the drinks. The food is outrageous. I don't even care. Their food
All
was
right, hey,
so
let's
good.
get it going here. We're
doesn't matter
hour
what drink.
45 in.
But what I was
Let's
going to say
keep
is
it
I
rolling.
saw someone had a bumper sticker the other day. It said, "I am the reason the rum is all gone." And I was like, that's,
God.
yeah.
Did you try to peel it off in case it was a magnet?
No, it was on the glass, jackass.
I'm the reason your Why is the Rum God's bumper stickers.
It is gone. That would be hilarious if you left that note.
That'd be
So that's
so
gonna take us
fucking funny.
to our What to Look For segment, brought to you as always by VB Cookie Co. Looking for the perfect way to stand out at the next event you're hosting? Well, custom cookies are a timeless way to have everyone still buzzing even after they leave. Look no further for your cookie needs than VB Cookie Co. Follow them on Instagram at VB Cookie Co. and message them to order yours today. Whether it is a bridal shower, birthday, engagement, or baby shower, their team will work with you to make all your cookie dreams come true. VB Cookie Co. for the sweetest moments. To be honest, everyone should say the World Cup. I don't know, boy, if you have anything different.
Probably Omaha.
I mean, College World
Omaha.
Series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the World Cup, and I believe
Mhm.
Kamala, you had a couple games you wanted us to look
Yeah.
at.
So yeah, like Nick said, the World Cup starts Thursday, June 11th. We kick off at 3 p.m. Eastern time with Mexico versus South Africa. Mexico should be the favorite in
Oh,
that
there's I think
matchup,
the
possibly in that
easiest
whole
group.
group.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mexico should be favorited to come out of that group. I think really the only team in there that could possibly give them a run is maybe South Korea. I'm not too familiar with their team, but it's in my experience, you can never count them out. So
Don't
I
they have
think
Son, Young Min's son,
mhm,
who's a stud, but he's
yeah.
past his prime.
But yeah, so
He's Tottenham
Thursday we
prime.
kick off with all four of the Group A teams playing their first matches. Mexico, South Africa at 3 p.m. and then South Korea and Czechia at 10 p.m. And then Friday you have Canada versus Bosnia and Herzegovina. Canada should easily get through that. I think Canada should be probably the de facto winner of that group as well. Canada in Group B with Bosnia Herzegovina and Qatar, as well as Switzerland. And then Friday at 9 p.m., USA Paraguay. This is the one to circle. This is really the first meaningful matchup that we have. USA has been doing very well in their friendly exhibitions leading up to the World Cup, trying to see what we're working with as a squad and making sure that we're ready to host and ready to perform. This will be the first test. Paraguay is usually not someone you can overlook. And it's a team that the U.S. should be somewhat familiar with. Um, so that'll be the first big test. Circle that one Friday, June 12th at 9
Now
p.m.
the big thing too with that is we get to set the tone for the group because the other game
Yes.
in that group is the next day.
So
And
no, they don't play till Sunday.
oh really?
Yeah, so USA Paraguay Group D Friday 9 p.m. Australia and Turkey for the other two Group D teams don't play till Sunday at 12 a.m.
And the other interesting thing with our group, right? USA, Paraguay, Australia, Turkey.
Hmm.
In terms of the FIFA World Rankings, it's the closest cluster of teams of any group
Yes.
in terms of ranking wise.
Not
But
to make
if
it sound like any of them are really showing off or beating the bell curve by a lot, but yes, that is a very close group in terms of skill, which it shouldn't be. The U.S. should be miles above all three of these teams. Like
absolutely
we've talked ad nauseum about that.
correct.
Um, those are the big that's the first big matchup. Like I said, Friday night. Saturday, you don't really have anything going on. You have Qatar, Switzerland, Brazil, Morocco, and Haiti,
Oh,
Scotland.
Brazil,
Two of those,
Morocco. Morocco is a good team.
not too worried about it though. I don't really have any doubt in Brazil's
Achraf
capability to
Hakimi,
get it
one
done.
of the better players.
Um, you have Germany versus Curacao on Sunday, Netherlands, Japan. That is a big one. Those are the two titans in Group F. Netherlands and Japan will be the two big ones squaring off. I would imagine Netherlands are favored in that match and that group. And then Ivory Coast, Ecuador should also be a good game on Sunday. But yeah, so we have some good heat coming up. But really I would just recommend everybody get on, do what I did, find some matches that you want to watch, set reminders on your phone, put them on your calendars, set them to record on your YouTube TV, your Hulu, your TiVo, whatever the fuck you watch on. Um, World Cup should not be missed, and I really think it's important that we, as a country, set some good ratings for the matches that are on. The rest of the world is very pissed off because the games are being played at normal times for the Americas, which okay, big fucking deal. Now you understand what the United States have had to go through for the last couple of Olympics and the last couple of world tournaments because we've had to wake up at 2, 3 in the morning to watch some matches and watch some events. So the rest of the world can get on board, get up at 2 in the morning to support your team like we've been doing for a while now.
Yeah, we're
My rant
hosting.
is over.
What
Fuck
Yeah.
what
off.
hey, what else what they're supposed to do? This is over an
They were
entire
expecting
continent.
they were expecting matches to be played at 3 a.m. so they could watch at like 5 p.m. their time.
We're talking
Yeah.
a continent that has 4 time zones, by the way, not just 3, because Newfoundland and Halifax, Nova Scotia, they're on another time zone. Their 1
Jordan
hour.
Staal just scored a go ahead goal. I believe that extends his his goal streak to beat Mike Bossy's consecutive games with a goal in the postseason.
That's
Oh,
wild.
by the way, for soccer, Argentina and Iceland are playing a friendly tonight in
Yes,
Auburn Stadium,
that's fucking
and they
awesome.
had the War Eagle went around the stadium to start. And like this German dude that's just like going around to like these stadiums to watch it
That's incredible.
is like loving it. He's like, there's
Is
an
it
eagle
cool?
flying around the stadium.
Send that to the group chat. I gotta see that. I gotta get a
Yeah.
glimpse of that warlock. Yeah, but yeah. So, anyways, World Cup's coming up. I can't wait to get back in here with you guys next week and really dissect some of these. Excuse me, some of these matches. It's gonna be fun to watch.
Yes. Yeah.
Fun to talk about too. Thank you
And
for sending me that, by the way.
anything else before we wrap this debacle up?
Nah, go ahead.
That's going to do it for us here at What Caught My Eye, or WCME Sports. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. That's on X, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, TikTok, Snapchat, and Threads at WCME_sports. Our episodes drop every Wednesday at noon on Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. And all the information can be found on our website, WCMEsports.com. For the boy Stephen Vesci and the man Stephen Comlo, I am the coach Nick Vesci. Don't forget, be decent to each other. Have a good one, and we will see you next time. Take care, Guatemala.